You have to turn Fern on.
There we go.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm hang on. I'm going to look for Fern. Where is she? There she is. Okay.
Hi. Hi.
As of a few minutes ago, we only had Andy and somebody else, Rebecca, I think it was, with requests. And both of them were fairly broad. So I'm just asking Fern, have you had a chance, or could you write something down in the meetup page so that we could read that and say, okay, let's put our noodles to work. What does Fern need?
Well, no, I was going to, for me, if that's kind of complicated for me to do, I was going to share my screen and show you to the exact spot where I need to make a change on my website. It has to do with CSS. It's a theme. It's a theme, but the very fine web developer 5 years ago, he did have to do some custom work on the home page because it's much bigger. Everything's more, you know, but I think he used the presets throughout the rest of the, so it's interesting. He's using content block on all the headers throughout the site, but using presets. But then he's using just the editor, the actual editor on the rest of the, so that's the way the builder works.
So it's CSS, and it's a
share my screen. I can just show it to you.
It's a Gutenberg editor.
No, I'm classic editor. Classic editor. I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't
Richard,
need
that's one person in the lineup. Is this fellow Andy? Did he show up? I don't see him here. I thought it noteworthy for those of us who've been attending this particular meetup regularly, that the 4 people who were very responsive to Andy's request, I think one of them was from Toronto, but the others were as far away as Brazil and Dallas and Brampton. Having joined the meetup a month or less ago, and probably haven't yet attended one of the Toronto sessions, but they were happy to volunteer their time for whatever Andy had wanted. And I thought was simply that business must be very tight for them to venture as far north as Toronto looking for clients in this circumstance. You can sign up for as many WordPress meetups around the world as you like. I personally, for example, find the one in Atlanta to be an excellent WordPress meetup, and they focus primarily on Elementor. And the people there who basically have a site clinic just as this one is, but it's Elementor specific, they are very much hands-on, work with Elementor every day. If they can't figure something out, they'll take it away and bring it back next time with the solution and so on. So I only make this comment because we have the time before we start, number one, and number two. For people to jump in and offer advice without actually having anything specific to say isn't all that helpful. But we actually, in our session description, we invite that by saying, people before the meeting, you can get advice from the people who run the meetup and others. So that's not actually, I think, a great idea. I think it's probably a good idea to warn people that getting advice before the meeting, other than from co-hosts or organizers, is a risky proposition. I mean, we don't know who this person may be giving you advice, as opposed to somebody that we've known for a year or 10 or whatever. As some of the people, like Dale, for example, has been around for long enough that we could say we know Dale, right? And vice versa or whatever. Anyway, not to yabber on. Did we lose somebody in the process here?
No, Robin, don't forget, I have the microphones shut off, and I would say that people need to raise their hand or something so I can in some way indicate on the screen that they want to be unmuted, and then I will unmute them. Because
why not unmute? Why not unmute those we can see and leave anybody who doesn't have a video running to leave them muted?
We can unmute ourselves.
Right.
Oh, good. Who said that?
Eagle.
And where is Eagle? Why we not have you on with the video?
Very good.
Well, I've got a picture up.
Good evening, everyone.
There you are.
Yeah, we can turn on our own voice.
Very good.
Yeah, we were trying to identify someone whose mic was on and was not functioning properly, and we had background and sort of that hollow sound that you get when there's reverb or whatever. But I think that for the people we can see Richard, they should be able to either unmute themselves or not be muted. Otherwise, we'll be fumbling this handoff all the time, back and forth.
As Eagle says, people can turn on their own mics. And
I don't think that's true.
Yes, it is true. It is true.
If the host wants to turn you off, the host can do it.
We've got to control the extraneous noise. So do give people a chance to talk and make sure that your dog is out of the room and the radio is off, etc. Go ahead.
Right.
Can I talk about my issue?
Sure. Who's that talking?
Ramesh Kumar.
Go ahead, Ramesh.
I already posted one of my issue in the chat. If you saw that or no, I don't know.
So you want to set up email. Have you got a hosting account?
Yes, I have the hosting account. I wanted to set up an email client system inside the WordPress, not in my webmail. I wanted to integrate my webmail in my website. So if there are user roles such as agents.
That's interesting because I've not run into email being administered from within WordPress.
Mm-hmm.
What are the advantages of doing that?
There is an advantage such as if somebody has a business who deals with client, they have an agent's account created on the website. So agents can directly send an email using the different email letters such as info and processing or something like that. And they can directly send an email rather than using the admin email itself.
Well, I think that the functions that you're talking about, someone being able to upload a file of whatever kind, or get a file and download it, or send a message, through the contact page form, or any other form you wish to add. If it's communications and handling of files, that's not generally an email function because it's not email. It's communicating by messages and uploading or downloading documents. So anybody in our group ever had email running through their WordPress app, like within the site, and it's admin rather than?
Sorry to interrupt
my experience
you, Robin.
is always the host provides an email service, and then you can choose a client, one of which Ramesh has mentioned here, Roundcube. Squirrel is another one, and Outlook is another one, and Gmail is another email client. So that's separate from the email.
You, Robin, but my issue is totally different than what you discuss here. I wanted, if you search for a plugin, there is a plugin named as WP Email Users. It has the same functionality that I need, but it has an issue. It when I activate user role editor, it cannot give access to another user roles rather than administrator. So only admin can. Yes, Dale.
There's a thing called Quick Contact, and it's a form you put on your website, and people will send messages, and then it goes direct to whatever email you want it to go to.
I already have a contact form plugin. It's named as a registration magic. It is a powerful one that I'm using so far. It's better than Formidable Forms and Gravity Forms. It has many other functionalities that I can see and use on my website. But if I want to send an emails to some users, I can only use one email, and that is the admin main email.
I'm sorry, you can only use what? I'm having trouble hearing.
On WordPress, we can only use one email as an admin.
Let me talk to that. Mm-hmm. If you're using, I don't know about the form plugin that you're using, but if you use a form called Gravity Forms or Formidable, then when somebody submits a contact or a form or something like that, you have the option, you have both confirmations and notifications. So you can set up a notification or a confirmation to come from whatever email you want it to come from. The problem is that you have to have that set up so that you can send from that email account, because like if you're at GoDaddy, you can only send from one email. It has to be verified. So you generally have to install a plugin like Fluent SMTP or WSMTP and set up an SMTP, what they call transactional account, using like Mailgun or SendGrid. I use SendGrid myself. And then you have to have each of those email accounts, or even better, have the domain that you're sending from verified within the SendGrid account, which means you've got to go add a bunch of zone records to your DNS zone records. Once you've got that verified with SendGrid, then you can send a confirmation or a notification from, say, info at or do not reply to, whatever. It actually will come from the website, but it will change in the sending process so that the reply to email looks like whatever you want it to be. But you set that up in the contact form response, the notification or the confirmation.
Actually, there's an option with something like Mailgun to set the reply at that level, because you don't think you'll be changing it, as opposed to, that's where I've done it. But if you can,
he's saying he wants to. He's saying
the Mailgun and other plugins are for the newsletter. I don't need a newsletter.
Mailgun is both a newsletter and it's a transactional SMTP relay service.
I understand, sir, what you are saying, but the issue that I'm talking about is totally different. In the Mailgun, you can specify that thing, but you are also sharing your information with the mail, that the information you are taking from the client. So I don't want to share my information with the third-party plugin or any third-party company. So I want to keep the information to my server and my website. And I wanted to.
Are you planning to mail to more than one person in a batch?
I can send like multiple emails to.
Just, I'm asking a simple question. Would you want to send an email to more than one person at the same time?
Yes, there is an option in the plugin.
And the reason I'm asking that question is that forces you to go to a third-party email provider in order to access the sort of the general email system. Otherwise, you'll be treated as spam with your multiple addressee email if it doesn't go through an email provider.
That is totally different thing, sir, that you're talking about. If you
but this arises just because you want multiple addressees for a given email.
Can I share my screen for a moment?
You have to avoid the problem that Google sees, for example, 2 emails with the same text exactly, just a different addressee. It says, okay, spam. It doesn't deliver it.
Hold on a second. Let me share my screen so I can show you what I wanted to do. So it will be easier for you to understand in the back end. So,
oh, Richard, you have to allow him to share his screen.
Yeah, just a minute. I gotta go look.
Did Alex just bug out and leave us?
Yes.
I think so.
He left a message in the chat saying, I'll leave for now, join later.
Okay, gang, I'm going to leave for now, join.
Ramesh, you now have the capability of sharing your screen.
Can you see my screen, sir?
Yep.
So from WP email users, I can fill any email here and I can send to anybody from here. Using any email address, it's not specified to only admin emails.
And you're saying you can send it to multiple addressees?
From here, yes. Okay, here I can select like 10 users.
List?
Here is the list. You can see.
Oh, okay.
So I can change the from email from here directly. But if I'm using any like anything else other than this plugin,
you can send out this batch of emails to there's what 4 people here, and there presumably are more in the list. You're saying that that is delivered successfully in your experience.
Like from this email or this plugin.
Simple, please help us. I mean, have you had, success sending to multiple people in that circumstance?
Yes, I already tried this plugin, but this plugin has an issue that I cannot share this plugin with another WordPress user roles, just as editor and author. Editor and the author cannot use this plugin. That's an issue here.
So then you need some kind of like user role management.
I already tried user role management. It's user role editor pro. I tried that.
Maybe the developer has just said, "Ah, the hell with it, admin only," and doesn't care.
So that's what I need to solve here.
There's an edge case such as Ramesh's.
Like somebody has to edit the PHP code for this one and give access to other user roles. I need help in that.
Well, I personally don't see how you do help in that circumstance. The plugin's designed to only provide access to the admin user, from what you're saying. So
if somebody can rewrite the plugin and can give access to other user roles, it is possible in this way. But other than that, no.
Have you checked the plugin thoroughly? Because a lot of times plugins will have a configuration setting that says who can access this, and generally they limit it to the admin, but they usually have some way to change that setting. So you
settings can be only changed from the PHP. That's why I'm asking for help, that from the PHP they can give access or can grant access to another user role specifically, other than giving access to all other users.
Okay, so the best solution here is this a plugin you paid for?
No, this is a free plugin.
Okay, so the best solution here
there is no other plugin than this one. I tried the whole plugin directory of WordPress.
And what's the name of it again? What was the name of the plugin?
WP email users.
So
WP email users.
The best solution
I thought
here
there was one you tried for the
Let Eagle finish, please. Let Eagle finish. Go ahead, Eagle.
The best solution here is to look in the repository where you got the plugin from and find the developer's name and contact the developer. See if he's got a pro version. Sometimes they do have.
I checked their website. There is no pro version.
If they don't have a pro version, then contact the developer directly and ask him if he can add that feature that you need.
Okay.
Because that'll be better than trying to hack the PHP yourself, because anytime there's an update, your hack will go away.
It's not a hacking. It's just basically how can I say, modifying the code to your own need, because it is an open source plugin.
Well,
so legally we can do that.
The security one that by changing
I think Eagle is giving you the correct suggestion and advice. You should contact the developer through the developer's site that will be on that plugin. That's the best way to go, because it looks like it's some programming or configuration problem. And for us to go on and talk about it, we're shooting in the dark. We're not getting anywhere, and we're taking up time from everybody in the meeting. Okay, so best advice to you: go to the plugin developer and deal with him. He no doubt has a help menu somewhere or an email address somewhere, and you will get the best help there. Okay?
I already did that, sir.
So what was the name of the plugin again?
It's WP email users.
Okay. There's also a plugin called mass email to users.
Mass email is totally different thing. It just sends emails to multiple users from one email address. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I already have that functionality in my contact form plugin. It can send email to all the users.
Did you try contacting the developer, Ramesh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
And what did the developer tell you?
He didn't reply.
Well, then I'm sorry, you're going to have somebody delve into the program or reach him. I don't see any other way we can help you, because it sounds like it's a pretty sophisticated thing that you would need to play with. Okay? Ramesh?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for your question, Ramesh. I'm sorry we couldn't give you more help.
That's okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. And somebody need help in CSS, if I heard it correctly before. Can you need help with your classic editor? What was the issue?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Can you share your screen?
Okay,
So I can see what was the issue.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is, let me share the screen. So
I think I have to make you co-host.
No, you just have to allow them to share. You don't have to make them co-host.
Very good. Thank you. Very good.
oh, it's down there. Okay. So I have to log in to get there. I'm just going to my host to log in.
So till you log in, can you don't share your screen? So nobody knows your credentials.
I am sharing the screen.
Okay.
I'm sharing the screen now. Is that correct, or?
Yes, yes.
Fine.
Okay.
Your password was not displayed.
Oh, I'm not worried about that.
Very good.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm on a very fancy, but it uses content block. So this is what I did. I've asked for a subdomain so I can play around with it and try things myself, try changes without hurting my site. And then once I like it, then I can apply whatever I did. If I can remember what I did, I can apply it to my main site. So, so this is the main site.
Yeah.
Let's see now. Okay, this is the main site. I have a lot, you know, so first of all, I wanted to do a whole new image here that was more compelling, that was not as busy. And I found one. I found one that I think is a big improvement, and I tried it in the other, in the.
Okay, can you click on edit front end?
Okay, but I'm just confused. This is, I'm working on this draft. I'm calling it test. Okay. So this is what I'm working on now. So this is my new image. I think it's much greater. And the problem I'm having that might be easy for you to solve, and I've got some information to help you. I know where to go to see. I know where to go to CS. It's appearance and theme editor. But here's the thing: they customize. I think they customize just the home page. But I think the rest of it is using the presets of the editor. So here's what my problem is. I don't want the word stir on the Sky Dome. I want the Sky Dome to be free, because I'm talking about brands. So here, the CN Tower is a brand in Toronto. The Sky Dome is a brand in Toronto, and I want to feature those. I don't want anything covering it. So I'm not, I can't find how to change, how to make this smaller and on one line. And if I go to edit, do you want me to go to edit front end or edit page?
Edit front end.
See, this is a fancy theme, and they use content block where you have more control. They use content block for the headers.
Can you click on the pencil icon?
So, the which one?
Yeah, this one.
Here?
Yes. Try that. Yeah.
Well, some person showed me where the appearance theme editor, and I know the line number where you go to edit it in the
okay. Now you see the row name.
The what?
The row.
In a row?
No, the outer one.
See if you can click on the text.
Okay.
To remove the text, you can click here on the heading pencil icon.
Here, you mean here?
Yeah.
Try that.
You can remove the stir from here. Just click here.
Wait, Ramesh, give her a chance.
I'm used to having a pointer, you know, with
It's
people
already open, sir. The text are in white, so she can't see.
hold on, let me just think. I'm very confused because it is not an H4. It is not an H5. It's
That's
almost
okay.
there. The look is almost there. I just need that. Let me see.
Click on the text tab, HTML.
Yeah, click on that one. Yeah, now you can remove the stir from here. Just the stir. Don't do anything else.
I read something in a tutorial that you're supposed to remove all the HTML stuff so it doesn't interfere with the theme.
So you want to remove the stir word, or you want to keep it?
I read that you're supposed to remove this stuff.
Leave the span, but take the H2 headings out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but it is an H2, and I want to talk to you about that. This is not my H1. I have to just show you.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Wait, it's important. This is how do I get out of
then
here?
you're.
I want to just go to the view.
So the reason that it's down there on that third line is because your row is set to a fixed width instead of full width. But the thing is, on a responsive website, it's going to collapse anyway as you get a smaller size screen.
I noticed that. I noticed that on another thing, it was on one line, which is what I want.
So you're in the wrong place here. So close that X box.
Where's the X? Where's the X? Okay, sorry.
Top right.
You see, this is I'm on an iMac, a large. I want it to be its best on the large screen for people when they're at their offices to see it. So,
right. So come back down to the row.
When you say row, what do you mean row?
Well, see where you are now. You see all those dots, dotted lines,
yeah.
and a frame in it. That is the cause.
What do you want me to do?
I'm trying to tell you that's why it's wrapping, because the size of that box that you've created isn't wide enough to let the stir be on the right hand side.
Okay.
So what has to happen is you need to increase the width of that box.
Okay.
Or reduce the size of the font.
Yes, I can. I tried that and we weren't able to do it. And I can take you to CS. I can take you to Appearance Themes Editor, where I actually, with someone helped me to decrease the type size. We actually went to 80 pixels instead of something else. We actually decreased, but I couldn't, this was custom. This is overrode. It overrode the theme editor, you see.
Hello.
So, but I think it's doable, because if I can just learn how to handle the CS part here on my own, then I can make changes on it later. And most of the rest of the site is using the presets of the editors, which is good.
Why not make the width change? Try that first.
Okay.
Take only one step, just one step, and then be prepared to then undo that step if the result isn't what you wish, right?
That's a good point. But
because Richard says, logically, well, why not just make the font size smaller? And that's an alternative.
I have another suggestion, and the suggestion is you change the wording to something like this. Listen to what I'm saying. Let's build a brand that causes a stir. And that way you drop out 2 words and it may shrink the line enough that it fits in the box. But whoever suggested the idea of changing the width of the box, that would be the first thing I would try to do, although I don't know how to do it here.
Well, I can take, first of all, I'm not
first try and drag and drop it.
I'm not ready today to change the words, because I am a copywriter. I know you guys are all IT people, but I am a copywriter, and this is an emotional it's got a bit of drama to it. It's more conversational. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that now. That is a great idea, though. If I can never find the solution, because I'm not going to go back to that developer. He's too senior. Like, that was 5-6 years ago.
So one other thing, an idea here, concept, is that
can I take you to the editors though? There's different editors. There's content block. There's the CSS editor. That's not good. Where's the frame? Where do we find the frame?
Those are different things. First of all, click on the inner row thing from where you can change the width of the box. First of all, do that. After
where's that?
Those
in a row.
Yeah, click on that. Click on the.
Okay, see, I didn't even know. Okay, I didn't even know.
Don't click on the arrow thing. Yeah, here. Click here. Now click on the pencil here again.
Okay, I'm used to pointers. People do pointers, you know, people I work with and stuff. So I'm used to.
So you can force the width of this thing. It will help you, or you can click on the responsive.
No, let's try the frame because I know that from all the drag and drop things that I do.
That's the frame.
Yeah, I've noticed that with other things I do, that when you enlarge the frame, like the graphic software that I use, when you enlarge the frame, you can do amazing things in that frame.
If this editor can set up is based on your mobile responsiveness and the other things, that time you can do these things.
Okay, so
like there are multiple builders which are responsive according to your mobile screen, your tablet screen, and your desktop screen.
I'm waiting to hear how to widen the frame, and I'm getting my notes out.
Okay.
Hey Fern, this is Claudio speaking. Can you please try to click columns?
Okay.
On the inner row settings.
Here, right here. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I won't remember this. And you know, if I had to do it on my own, I won't remember. I could use a helper to help me do this on the private time. Nothing's happening.
You can watch the video
here. Yeah.
Columns will not help, Claudio.
Oh, style. Okay, style you can do. Okay, good. There's style. This is, by the way, guys, I looked up the reviews on this theme last night because people, when you come to these meetings, they think it's way too advanced for me, which you're right, but I looked it up. 5-star, it's like a huge reviews. It's like one of the most famous.
Can you click on custom?
Okay. You can do everything if you have a little bit of knowledge in this theme. Okay. Custom. I won't remember this, but go ahead. I don't think I'll need to do this again.
Click on responsive. Yeah. Click on aspect again.
Aspect.
First of all, click on style.
Style?
Yeah.
That's just to change the photo, I think.
It's for the image only. Now click on aspect again.
I think you're going to have to go to the outer row. This
can you force with 100% yes?
No, yes is grayed out.
It's already 100%. So I think you're going to have to go to
let's try. I just clicked it. Now I can see the word yes. Let's try it. I don't think so, but let's try.
Save changes.
Oh, wait, no. We say when? After I click on yes?
After you
now
click
save
on
changes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm in a subdomain. It doesn't matter if we make a mistake.
Save changes.
Okay, save changes.
Yes. Now close this one.
Here?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Now the word stir went up a bit.
Now go to the heading thing again.
You mean the frame?
Yeah. Yes, the pencil.
Here?
Yeah. Now, can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah. See, this is wrong. I think this was done in custom. We have to go to theme editor appearance because this is not an H4. This is not an H5.
You can do it from here. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so go ahead.
Can you scroll down? Okay. Can you go up again on responsive?
I don't think, yeah, go
responsive. In the heading settings.
The tabs.
Oh, here. Sorry.
Click on extra.
So while you're here, just for giggles, because you're going to be working with CSS, give it an element ID, type in heading, title. Oh, either all one word or put a dash in there.
An underscore.
Or underscore, yeah.
Just for the hell of it,
I won't remember like to go to extra and stuff, like, you know, we'll just
That's
have
all
to
right.
do it.
That's all right. Save the changes.
I can edit the site though. I can edit most of the site, like all the text, you know, and I can put an image in, and I can
save the changes. So now you can create a CSS rule that says H2 number sign heading title and change the text size to whatever you want it to, and it will only change that particular H2. It won't change any other H2s.
Oh, because custom was already done on this headline because it's the home page, and I can take you to the take you to the HTML.
Sure.
Should I do that? Should we do that first?
Sure.
No. But were we able to expand the frame though? I'm confused.
Not yet. I think you're going to have to go to the outer row to see what the settings are in the outer row, because it looks like that's where it's controlling it.
Mm.
So close that.
Okay, we can always go back there after.
Sure.
Okay, so where's the editor? Where's editing?
Click on the text.
Where am I? Oh, I'm in the front editor, but I want to go back to the dashboard so I can go to appearance. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So, what about view? Where's the view to view it?
You want the sidebar on the left side there, which is the admin dashboard homepage, so to speak, right? Is that what you're trying to find?
Well, let me try dashboard.
Yes, click dashboard. Click that.
Oh, okay, so now if I go to
dashboard. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so let's see. Someone help me one night late find find this style sheet, and we found the number, and I wrote it down. I have it here because we actually made the typeface smaller. We actually did it. So number 326. I mean, you're not supposed to use this as you're not. This editor doesn't want you to use HTML. It's, you know.
Well, first off, if this is a theme you're using with regular updates, you shouldn't be editing here at all, because the next time you update your theme, all of the changes you made will go away.
That's right, and that person mentioned that. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't start all over again. He told me get a new theme, like a Divi or something. Get something new and start fresh, so that you don't have part of it custom. But the theme doesn't come with a huge headline the way I want it.
Fern. Yeah.
As far as I can see, you are using a slider.
If you Google child theme, you will find a bunch of posts which explain how to create a child theme. And it is a way to protect CSS changes that you want to put in a style sheet in a child style sheet.
Yeah.
Therefore, when the theme is updated, your child style sheet is unaffected by that change.
Well, you shouldn't have to go to that kind of extreme.
Yes, but if there's a whole bunch of code in here, is that such a great idea to be doing it this way?
Here it is. Here it is. It's 326. Okay, this is what we did. I did with a friend. We changed it to 80 pics, and that's how I got the size of the headline.
Yeah,
so copy that whole thing. Right down to copy 326 to 329.
Oh, okay. So I'll copy it. Okay. Okay.
Right. It's copied. All right. So
copy.
Yes. And then over there under appearance, click on customize. let's see if you've got the.
Oh, I just thought you'd find the frame there. That's why I brought you here.
Hold on, just go.
Customize. Okay, I'll go to customize.
All right, so you see this additional CSS down there? Click on that.
Oh, okay. I'll click on that.
And just click close for that little
Close.
text
Close.
box, right? Yeah. Now type or just paste what you copied in there.
In here?
Yes. All right, so.
You see, by the way, you see how it's on one line here?
Yeah.
That's good, but I don't know if there's any way I can get, well, the headline off that sky dome. Like raise it. I don't think I can raise the headline because I think it's part of the theme. The location of the headline is part of a theme. All I did was, when we first customized it, we made it larger. We made the headline larger. That's all we did. But I think it is in the theme. But anyway, I'm not sure.
Can I ask a question?
So we changed the font size of that second line just by pasting the code from cutting it from the style sheet and putting it in the additional CSS?
Well, you can change it here, and yeah, you could say.
No, but in a manner of speaking, they should do essentially the same thing, right? There's a question of precedence, though, and the additional CSS should be quite late in the specificity chain, and therefore govern in a different way than perhaps the style sheet did. Is that the change? Is it just
this will take precedence if she puts it in here?
Precedence to determine this particular, resolve this problem of stir being on the third line.
Right.
Well, you know, but
let's see where it says 80 pixels in size, font size equals 80.
Yeah, but that's affecting the top line. I don't want to change the top line at all.
Fairness, sorry, this is Claudio speaking. I went on your test drive for Kane.com, and what I see, it was going through the code, is that the row containing let's build a brand that will really cause a stir, has a CSS definition named limit width. So if you remove this this part, this is going to work. I don't know if you want me to share my screen so that I can show you what I'm doing.
Sure. I mean, I think my only problem is this one headline in the entire website. I think the rest are just, I think the presets, the rest of it.
Yeah, so it's something that I think you can fix. I don't know if I am able to share my screen. Let me try.
Before we jump off on that, can we just try changing the font size to 60 here?
Okay, but what I wanted to say, my concern is they're both the same size now. So when I changed it from a larger size to 80 pixels, they both changed at the same time, both these two lines.
Because you have them both as a H2.
Right. And then I'm sorry to complicate things, but I read something in this stuff that you're calling it an H2, but Google is seeing it as an H1, and that's a whole other topic. No. And I don't know.
Your H1 is.
Well, here's my H1. This is the legitimate H1 that I myself made the tag.
Well, so Google's going to scream at you because your H1 should be the first thing on the page that loads, not the second thing, right? Well, so if you've got an H2 above your H1, Google's going to slap you in their algorithm. They're going to penalize you.
Well, I'm worried about that. I haven't done the on-page SEO yet. I'm just about to start doing it. I'm not optimized yet, but.
Well, it's like, the problem is you shouldn't be using H1s and H2s as styles. H1 and H2 are outline elements for the display of content. Now you can put styles on your H1 and your H2, but you shouldn't use H2 as a style guide. And in this case, the first thing on your page should be an H1, and that's not going to solve this problem. But
I just want to tell you the theme itself, which I can show you the theme. I think they're using an H2 up there in their slideshows. Like this was a slideshow and we changed it. We took out the slideshow. It's now just a slide. But they were also using H2s up there because it's part of a slide. It's like it creates an atmosphere. It's not meant to be the key. There's no keywords here. The keyword is here. That's the searchable term is here. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean, I
hear you.
So where are we at, guys?
I still want to try changing 80 pixels to 60 pixels and see if that changes the font size.
Okay, but the problem is I don't want this to be smaller. Let's build a brand that has to stay at 80. Because I tested it out, it looked good. It looks good at 80 pixels. I would be happy to test out this line, the second line.
Well, I think they're tied together, but all I'm trying to do is see if that particular CSS is going to affect what we're talking. If it doesn't affect it, then it's the wrong place to be.
Okay, well, we can try it, certainly. We can try it.
And then just click publish.
No, but there's another one here.
No, that's just line height.
Okay. Okay, sure. Now, click
publish.
Oh, you don't want to preview and save changes and all that first?
Nope, just click publish.
Okay. Can always be changed.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, it's a test site anyway.
I usually go update when I'm in the editors.
Well, we're not an editor. We're in the customizer. So that did not affect it, actually.
No.
So that's not going to help us there.
What about going to content? Well, no, I took you to the CSS that he was using.
Yeah, but that's not the CSS that's controlling this because we changed it and it didn't have any effect.
Because I think, okay, because it's called the home slider. Let's see. And someone checked in the theme options, there's no CSS there. The custom code is somewhere else. Could not find the CSS for the slide to save the changes.
Eagle, can I ask a dumb question? Just maybe totally stupid, but I have to ask. If she was to take that picture, export it into something like InDesign, and then put those words through InDesign and customize it for what she wanted, and then save it back into the website, PDF or JPEG or EPS or any kind of file, the words then, like she said, don't have to change, and she's never going to edit them again, and they're not searchable. And then it becomes a picture as a whole header sort of box or whatever you call that. What would happen then, and how would that look on the different, the different tablet, mobile, stuff like that? Would that work or that couldn't work? I'm just curious.
Oh, right.
Well, one way it could work is by designating this changed version, the desktop version, and then going, and if the theme permits, tweaking the tablet and the phone versions with their own version of this, so that you can make this image specific to whether it's desktop, tablet, or phone. It's a bit of work, but it's the only way that someone who's looking at it from a design point of view will get exactly what they want without in fact knowing anything about the underlying CSS that's controlling it. So we just avoid the CSS problem altogether. So that's not a bad solution for Fern.
This theme I just read, and I can't remember what it said, but this theme is meant for everything you do is going to be responsive. I can't remember what I read that, and I'm worried that we're going to take that away, but not really, because if I'm putting in an image in, it's the same thing. The headline is part of the image.
What Phil's saying is that if you create an image that consists of what you now have in the image itself, and then you add to it the text in a drawing program so that it has nothing to do, its display is controlled entirely by you when you finish doing that image and bring it back and replace this whole block entirely with an image.
This
then you're off the races. but you have to do the
type
same
hasn't.
thing for
I'd have to get
the
someone
other
to help.
formats.
I'd have to get someone to help
That's
me
the
with
one
that.
drawback.
Like the text here has a shadow text that's consistent throughout the entire website, and I love it. That shadow text to make it pop up.
What's that got to do with the price of tea in China?
Well,
you're thinking
it's
that
already
the drawing
done.
program might not have something that WordPress has?
Yeah, Fern,
Whatever
I
this
think,
font is, I think the odds are pretty high that the drawing program or design program will have it.
But it has to match the other. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That it has to match all the pages.
yeah, you know what, Fern? It's probably, it may take a little bit of work, but it looks to me like a program like InDesign could take that font and put the shadow behind to give it that, what you're trying to get is a bit of a raised element or right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you can do that kind of stuff with things like InDesign.
Yeah.
And then the only thing you'll have is a new slide. Then you're still putting that slide back in because you said it was part of a whole slideshow, but you took one slide out and you're using it. So now you're going to edit that one slide yourself. And to find out how you can put that back when you're done, because that's just a button. And the rest of the top of the page just sits on top of that slide anyway. But then the picture of the skyline with "Let's build a brand" wording will just be a picture as opposed to what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's fine. And I'm going to take out this button too, because I don't want it to take people to another page. I want them to look at my whole homepage. So I'm going to remove.
Actually, this is a good solution in that Fern, rather, you know more about using a design program, like, or you use Photoshop for that matter, or Illustrator, than you do about CSS in a WordPress site. So you'll be on ground you're more comfortable with, and design programs better suit the finicky little detail that you're talking about, which in a publishing context is really a lot of dead wood that you're going to have to deal with in the future. In other words, a website's not a good place to have little tweaks on every page. It becomes a nightmare because you'll never remember what they are, and you'll have to anyway, it's not a good practice. Doing it the way that Phil has suggested solves a number of your problems, especially the one about what you're competent working in.
And also,
you'll be more comfortable on the design side than in the WordPress side.
What makes me happy about that is we get rid of the H2 up here.
Well, the thing that you must find out in order for this to work is to ensure that you can control the responsive formats that you've got, so that you can, the theme is told, so to speak, when it's desktop, this is the image to use. When it's tablet, use this image, and so on. And many themes allow that. I don't know about yours. You have to find out.
Well, you can test it. I can do a banner on Canva.
You wouldn't want to test it. You'd want to find out first. Either it has the controls because it's up to date, or it doesn't have the controls, and this solution won't work for you necessarily. Because you don't want to give up
responsive,
the
forget
phone
it,
version, the mobile version, right? You want that to be a good version of your site.
So
I think when she saves it, probably isn't. I don't know a lot. I mean, I know some, but wouldn't one of the ways to help make it scalable is to save it as an EPS file, so that the elements of the picture, or at least the dimensions of the picture, stay the same. So no matter whether you stretch a box or not, it doesn't take it out of square, out of rectangle, so everything stays the same, and the wording won't change. Do you know what I mean? It's a way to save a circle in EPS. If you save a circle, it doesn't matter what size somebody makes a circle, it's always going to remain a perfect circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm going to need someone who can do graphic design to do that, because I'm a wonderful designer, but I'm not an actual graphic designer. I work on Canva. I work on Canva for most of my stuff.
You can use text, the scalable text, using SVG, the text component, as a layer in the image.
Yeah, I see.
Because you wouldn't manipulate the image underlying it the same way you would the text, right? Because you can't scale it mathematically the way EPS or SVG can.
But you can probably...
Hello, would you people indulge me for a moment? I'd like to ask Fern some questions just to clarify for myself as to what the problem is and what elements are there in the picture. So give me a moment with Fern and let me ask my questions. Fern, looking at what you have right now, can you tell me if these parts are separate, independent parts of what I'm looking at? First, the picture itself, does that stand alone by itself somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, next, the text, let's build a brand, etc. Stir. Does that stand alone somewhere also?
It's each one is called a heading. If we go to the editor, we'll see a header. But
okay, wait, Fern.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the point of my question in a second, but I just want to find out if these are independent elements, and then I will turn it back out to everybody else. Finally, my last question about this is that part that says find out how, that I'll call it a button. Is that an independent element?
Yeah,
also?
I can remove that.
All right, so now it sounds to me like you, because you have three independent parts, the picture, the title, and the button find out how, you can remove the parts. So I would remove, I'm almost finished. Remove the find out how, get rid of it. If you can get rid of it, then next only have one thing to play with, and that's the title.
I can remove it right now. I don't need it there.
Go ahead.
Let's see.
Well, wait.
Oh.
Delete that code from there before you go, because
Oh, delete the code. Okay. How do I get back there?
customize additional CSS.
Thank you.
Just delete all that and publish.
Oh,
But that changing the font size there,
Publish.
Eagle, didn't have any effect, right?
Right, but
Right.
I don't want to leave extraneous code there.
No,
though.
but I'm saying though is that I noticed that it had the important declaration at the end, and I'm just wondering why that didn't serve to override whatever else might be there. That's the job of that particular property, right?
Because that code is not controlling that element, like even though she thought it was.
we should find where that, it's got to be somewhere. And once we find it, we could probably do everything.
Well,
Wait, let's not go off in a whole bunch of different directions all at once. Let's concentrate on one thing at a time. I want that button removed from the main picture.
Okay.
I want to do that.
Okay.
I think that button's bothering you, and I know why.
No,
Let's see now.
The thing
Homepage. Okay, let's try to see. I'm pretty good with some things to find things.
We want to see what controls Fern can manage. That's the first thing we're doing.
Here it is. Here it is. Here. Okay.
All right.
I can cancel it. It just says, is this right? Delete.
I'd like to see the picture to confirm that it's gone.
Okay, so now we'll update it.
Yes.
Or preview changes. Which one?
update.
I would try update.
Okay.
Now go back to the site.
View, that's view content block. See,
Wow.
that's how they do the headlines. It's content block.
Very good. Now, so
Yeah.
far, you've improved what you had, correct?
Oh, I much prefer it now. It was distracting. This is good. We got to get rid of these things too. I do no longer have a slideshow. We have to get rid of these things.
They're another matter. Can we do one thing at a time?
Yeah.
Right now, what would satisfy you? Getting stir on the same line?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we change a question? Can you live with a reduced font for the second line? That way, stir would fit in.
Yeah, I think I have tried that and it didn't change. It didn't save it.
No, wait. Let's get it to change the size of the font on the second line.
Okay, let's go. Okay, let me go here.
Does that.
Let's see. Okay, so here you go. This is the first heading, but but the reason someone told me that it's in white. That's why we don't see it. He showed me it was in white. That's why we can't see the heading here, the second heading.
Click on the pencil.
Click on the pencil. Okay. This is where we came to the problem. So it's in white here.
If it's in white, then just select the area in question and it
click
should
on
turn up.
click on the text tab.
Over here.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
HTML.
Yes. Right. So now if you change that H2 to an H3.
Oh. Okay. So by the way, I read somewhere we're supposed to get rid of the code here.
No, just leave it like it is.
Never mind.
Change the H2 to an H3.
What's on the screen right now? One thing at a time, please.
We're doing one thing at a time. Change the H2 to an H3.
Where's the H2?
Right there in the text. H2 span, style, color.
Right here?
Yes. Change those.
Oh boy, I not
just change the 2 to a 3.
Okay.
And at the end of the line.
I have to do this, no?
Yes, you have to do that. At the end of the line, change the 2 to a 3.
At the end of the line.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't try this before because we're not supposed to be using code.
Well, it's code's there anyway. Save changes.
Okay. Why not try it? We can try everything, you know?
And update.
Update.
Okay.
Now let's view it.
I know. Now view content block, yeah. This used to be Visual Composer. It's now called WP Bakery.
Click on it again.
You see, this is what happens.
No. Wait, we've learned something. Wait a second.
Okay.
We've learned that we can control the second line. Now, Fern, the question I put to you is, what do you want altered in that second line? Because it fits now.
Okay. Yeah. Should I change it to white, everyone? Will it show up better on white? What do you think?
Well, apparently you have a CSS control that makes H3s this turquoise color or whatever. So what I would do is go back to your customizer. No, the customize.
Eagle, we saw when she opened up the HTML that there was an inline style setting the color at white. And so for some reason, though, when it went from H2 to H3, the color changed when it shouldn't actually. If an H3 has a white color setting as an inline style, then it should be white, shouldn't it?
I don't know. Look under colors and let's see if there's an H3 setting.
Well, where do I go? Because it looks to me like that top headline got smaller,
on your left hand side. On the left hand side.
Someone has a question.
Wait, I have a question. Fern, look at the picture and tell us what you want.
Yeah.
You've got a turquoise writing and you got white writing. It's inconsistent. Do you want consistency? Do you want it this way? Tell us what you want before we tackle the problem.
Okay, well, first of all, I want that the top headline has to be bigger. It has to be quite big. And I was happy with the 80 pixels that we had before. It's no longer that. So something might have happened. We have to take a look at the, and anyway, I think it'll be better in white. I think it'll be better in white, the theme.
All right, let's see if we can get that bottom line white. Eagle, I think you had the way to do it, getting to the text. And I'll let you take over now because I think you have an idea how to change color.
Well, yeah, so click on colors and let's see if there's an H3 color setting. No, okay.
No, I think you have to go back to where you had the text showing. I'd like to see that window and then change the color in that window. You had it a few moments ago. Very good. Now take the box we're concerned with. Very good. Okay, stop right there. I have a feeling that the text is on the screen right now, but it is white, and that's why we can't see it.
Yes, that's true.
So click on the text. Click on the text.
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Fern, try highlighting the upper line of that blank box just to see if the machine, there it is. Okay, now let's go another place. Don't move yet. Above that little bit of text, there's a letter A with a downward arrow. All we're going to do now is we're going to see if we can control the color. And if we can control the color, we will change it back. Let's go with something ridiculous for a moment as a test. Click on the red button, our red patch. Yep. Then you may have to save.
Right.
And update, and let's take a look.
Okay.
Yes. And hopefully it'll be red second line. View content. Hopefully it's going to be a red line. If it is, we're in business. Click on it again.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, here it comes. Cross your fingers. No.
Wait. Click on clear cache.
Go ahead, Eagle.
Clear cache?
Yeah.
Which one? The first one?
Just delete cache.
You sure?
Yeah. Sometimes the cache changes.
And then refresh.
Refresh.
The page, or the content or whatever.
Where's the
because like killing the cache doesn't change the page. Refresh it and it should get a fresh copy.
Refresh button is where?
Top left by the home key.
Oh, right here? Right here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, baby.
Stop. I'll tell you where this change was affected prior to my attempt at red. Eagle had us change the H2 to H3. I would like to go back there, if Eagle, if you will lead us back there, to change us back to H2. And that, I want to see if it'll change the writing back to white.
Right, and by the way, that's too small for me now. It changes the whole.
No.
Okay.
Let's worry about one problem at a time. Let's do one problem at a time. Right now, we want to get back to white text. Eagle, can you lead us through this?
Sure, she knows where it is. Just click on the click on the pencil. And click on the text tab. Click on text.
Okay.
Yeah, so change that to 2.
Very good.
Change it 3 to 2.
Very
good. And also where it says color, instead of FF0, make it.
Hold it. Just a minute. That I forget what it's called after the word color. That series of characters is a definition of color. One of you people may know that, but however,
that's the red color that you just put in there.
It is the red, yes.
So we want to.
It was white before.
We want to change. Hello.
Wait.
We want to change it to white. So make it FF.
Hang on. Let's test out if we've only made the one change. Don't change too many things because we won't know what was affected or how it was affected.
Was that the number, or is there another F in there?
I don't remember.
There was another 0 in there.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 6 characters in a hexadecimal.
Thank you. Okay, save it. Let's see it. It should be back to white or maybe red. Red would be very nice.
Well, looks red there.
Yeah.
It'll be white.
Here doesn't matter. It's got to be on the front page. Okay, Fern, let's click on the view content block.
Twice. Oh no,
Here
once
goes.
did it.
Cross your fingers.
Wow.
No! Okay. Okay. Now we've learned how to control this color. But notice that by changing that H2, H3 business, we've gone back to the font. Okay, so now, first question. Fern, can we go back and do it to the white and get it white, and then we'll concentrate on sizing to get it to fit? Okay, first thing, the color, okay? First thing. I didn't say only thing. I said first thing.
Well, first of all, that really is interesting how this really causes a stir, this color. So this is a possibility that I would keep the red.
I know, but Fern, you can't change courses in midstream. What we're trying to learn is how we can control changes to that bottom line. Once we know we can control the changes to the bottom line, you can change all the horses you want. But right now, I can't even get the reins. So I want to go back and change this color to see if I can control it. So can you go back?
I think the problem's still in the wireframe.
No, just wait, just wait. Okay, now click on that. Okay, now highlight all the text.
There you go.
Now go to the letter A above there and click on the downward arrow and choose white.
Okay.
Now save changes, update, and let's go see if our changes work. Then we know we've got more control. View content block.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's okay. That's mental fatigue. Pray it's what? It's white. Bingo. Okay. So we now know how to control the colors. The next thing is, I think you want to change the font size. Am I correct, Fern?
Well, I'm just confused. Are these two type sizes the same? Let's build. Is that the same type size as the second line?
I don't think so. I'm looking at the letter T, and the letter T in the top line is bigger, thicker than the one at the bottom line. So I don't think they're the same size, but I'll tell you where we can find out.
Let's find out.
Okay. Go back to those little blocks that you had a moment ago to change the color. I want to see those blocks. Remember, folks, I've never done this part before. I'm learning. And what I'm trying to do is get a learning management control. I want to learn. Okay, take that second one, for instance. Oh, hold on. I want to look at something.
Yeah.
I would like you to go to the top one. And I would like you to click on the pencil so I can see something.
I just don't know how accurate this thing is.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Are you writing this down, Fern? Because I think that it may be something to do with the paragraph box. I'm not sure, but I'll bet you any money. Don't change it right now. I want to go see the other line of text, and I'll bet that the paragraph box is different. So leave this box, this whole
okay, I'll leave this box, yes.
Leave it out of the way, get it out of the way.
How do you get it out of the way?
What did you do? Save changes.
Well, no, I didn't do anything.
I know, that's okay.
Can we look at the...
Okay, now go back to scroll down, go to your second one, and I'll bet you the box says that it's not a paragraph. No.
No, the way it's been all along is the word paragraph was there, but we can't see the words anymore.
That's because
it was changed, I think.
No, wait. Don't rush through too many statements. You can see the words. Scroll back up.
Yeah.
Do a highlight of the line, the top line, entire line. Yes. Go one way or the other.
The Grammarly's in the way.
Start from the right and go left. Start from the right, go left.
No, I don't know. It's not working now.
Okay, try from the right.
Oh, here.
There you are. Got it now. Okay, now change the color of the font by clicking on the downward A.
Change the color of, okay, change the color of the font,
okay.
yes.
And let's change it to a yellow. Remember, we're only getting more facility with color
Now that
control.
changed, that paragraph changed to heading 2.
Yeah. Wait. I'd like you to go to that heading 2 box, click on the downward arrow, and then choose paragraph. And don't do anything else until I explain what I expect. I expect that when we click on save and update and go to the view, that, wait a minute, we don't know if it's right. Okay, click on update. I expect the fonts will be exactly the same. Let's see. Okay, view content block. Yes, she did.
Oh my God.
Okay, very good. I mean, it's bad, but we know that we control the change to that. So now we got to go back and change that box that has heading 2 paragraph in it and change it back to something else. And we will find it. Unfortunately, I thought paragraph was the answer, but okay, scroll down, go to the second one. We can, by the way, we might as well put the color appropriate. So highlight everything and then, yes, and then change the to white, yes. Now, we know it's going to come out white. We know it's going to be okay that way, but we're going to go to that box that says paragraph. And we're going to click down the box. And now we're going to try a different, I'll call it a heading. Sorry about that. Try heading.
Before we do that, can we leave it on paragraph and check what is the tab on formats?
Okay. All right. Good idea.
What am I doing? I just, do I
leave it alone first.
Leave that? Okay, now.
Right next to format paragraph. Click on format. No, that's not it. Don't worry about that.
Go there. Don't go there. Save change.
Click on the A.
It's okay. I don't want to change
Not the color. Not the color. I want the font size. Yeah.
I think visual.
No.
Wait.
You're already on visual.
Wait. The reason why I wanted to go with that box that says paragraph is because I do not see a font control in all the icons she's got. I do not see a font size. The letter A with the downward arrow does not control font size. It controls color.
When I took you to theme editor from appearance, that's where we changed something larger to 80 pixels. That's where it was. It was in the CS.
No, that did not affect it.
Wait a minute. I'm not a programmer, but I know that using the scientific method, which is what I'm doing to learn how to make changes, this will work. But I need to test it out each time. So, I mean, if jumping into different suggestions while I'm in the middle of learning something won't work. So right now, I think we'll get it back to white, and it should be close to a match. Don't touch it. Don't touch that. No, don't touch that. Okay, save the changes. Then let's go back. You may have to update. I don't remember. Okay. Now let's view it. Should be back to large white, but it won't be exactly the same. Click on it again.
I did, yeah.
Okay. Okay, now we've got a problem with that H2, H3 business. Can we go back?
Yeah.
And all right, because look, it didn't go back, and I don't know where we are with this. That H2, H3 business, go back to it, and we'll change it.
We didn't change it. We stayed on paragraph.
All right, just a minute. Is that Eagle talking?
Yes.
Okay, Eagle. No, Fern, don't touch that upper one. Let's play with just this one here, and we'll keep playing with it till we learn how to control it. Right now, we know how to change the colors in it. So let's try changing the format of the box, that paragraph box. Go to click on that paragraph box. Click on it first, on the downward arrow of the paragraph box. Yes. Let's pick heading 1, just as a test. We don't know if it's right, but we'll find out. Save changes, update, view content block, and hopefully it comes back white and large. Bingo. Okay, now here's our problem. First, let me state the problem, and you guys can jump in with your suggestions. We now know we can change the color. We also know we can change the size by going to the format, paragraph format. But we're going to try, a paragraph is what was used in the upper text, but it doesn't seem to be working in the bottom text. Let's try it again. Is everything clear in what I'm saying? Say yes, Fern.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to go back and try paragraph for the second box, the second text. Go ahead. I'm not optimistic about this, but okay. Second box. Yes. Just a minute. Okay. Yes. Now go and it said paragraph. We're using heading 1. I don't know if we'll notice the change. Let's bugger it up first. Go back to that box where it says heading 1 and change it to paragraph. And we know this fails, but we want to prove it. Yes.
Well,
yes.
while we're here.
Let's not change horses right away, folks. Just a minute. We want to see. This is going to be bad. I said it would be bad, but notice that it's white also. Okay. So you now know, here's what you've learned, folks. You've learned that the paragraph format for the upper text does not give you the same results in the second text. So the text in the second one must be controlled another way.
That's why I wanted to look at that text and see what the settings were down below it.
Who's talking?
Eagle.
Okay, thank you. I'm open to suggestions, but can I make the first suggestion? Because I'm trying to learn something. I would go to the upper text and change it to another format, maybe heading 2 or something, just to see what happens. Yes, the upper. And stop for a second.
Well,
okay.
See,
right.
Whoa, stop. Look there. See where, scroll down a little bit to the boxes. So, well, okay. So now you have, go back up a little, please.
You see, this is where they ask for uppercase, but
okay, right. Okay. So that, scroll back up.
Yeah.
Whoa. Element semantic is H2. So what I'm seeing here, if you'll say we're learning here, is that even though we got paragraphs set in the classic editor, there's custom fields here that are controlling it. Whereas before on the other group, so if we go back to the second line.
Oh, wait.
No. I just
want to see something and ask a question. I'm not going to change anything. I just want to ask a question. Scroll back down, please.
Yeah.
Stop. Now, look at what we're seeing here. On the left-hand side, we've got text size. And you would think we can control that, but it says default CSS. Okay, look at all this. I don't know how to change any of this, and I don't know what effect it will do. But I like font size, and I like to be able to change it.
Well, you were looking for a change in why these two aren't the same. The difference is in these boxes. So if you go back to that other one, the other line,
Yeah.
you will see that. So just close out of this one.
Okay. Stay at default.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stay at default.
Just click default CSS and let it go.
Just
Click.
click on default.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Great. All right, Eagle, take over again.
So save the changes. And go back to the second line.
And what do you expect? Okay.
So now we're on paragraph, but if you scroll down, see its element is on H4. So change that to say H2.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I knew
right.
something was bad
Right.
with those H.
And change the text size from H5 to default
Oh,
CSS.
doing two changes here. Hang on. She's
No,
making-
no, I want to make it look like the one from the top.
Okay.
Default CSS.
Default.
Default. Yeah, we
Oh,
don't want to.
I
We don't
see,
want
I
to.
see.
We don't want
I
to
see.
run.
You're matching. You're matching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, here's the difference. The top side, the text weight is set to 800. So that's like a very big bold. Your text weight now is set to 300, which is kind of like smaller than normal. So we won't change that right now, but just be aware of the fact that that text weight is different than the other one. So,
and yet they both look the same weight on the screen.
No, they
I
don't.
don't actually, because somebody pointed out
No, they
that
don't.
the T
They don't.
on the
So-
second line was so smaller than the T on the first line, and that may be because 800 weight would make it look that different compared to a
Yeah.
300 weight.
So let's don't change the weight yet, but be aware of the fact that that's still a
Okay.
difference. So click
That's right.
save changes
Okay,
Okay.
let's just see.
and click update.
Yeah, you have to try it out and see, otherwise we won't know.
Yes,
So-
yes, exactly. Exactly.
So now your text sizes should be the same.
Okay,
with
cross your fingers.
so they're both
Okay.
H2s now.
Now,
So
Eagle may have hit it on the nail on the head. Maybe we now have to change that 300 weight to 800 weight.
Yeah.
well, we can also try making this instead of H2 on this second line and H3.
Okay, Eagle,
But-
take us.
Okay. Well,
So go back to the
except- just to let you know, guys, the top line's not big enough. Okay, just to let you know.
Oh,
all
Fern,
right.
one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Okay.
Eagle, take us back and change that second line.
I think it must have changed as we were working on stuff. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
So yeah, click there.
Yeah.
And where it says element semantic, change it to H3.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yes.
And now this.
If you want it bolder, yes.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be as bold as the 8, but I don't even think these things are accurate. I don't think it really makes it 800.
You're only testing anyway.
Okay, so all right, we'll try it.
Go with 400. 400 is normal.
Okay. Oh, is it really? Okay, thank you.
I'll change
Thank you.
to notice, but try it anyway. So we should have affected the second line. And tell
So
you why
there's-
it's turquoise. It's turquoise because it's H3 and it should be H2.
Yeah. There's something. There's something somewhere making your H3s turquoise.
Okay, that's not a problem. Let's see now.
So go back to H2.
Yes. Right.
Right. Now,
Wait.
wait. See where
Eagle, go ahead.
it says text size?
Yeah.
Change that to an H3 and let's see if that'll make it
Also
smaller.
notice that there's text color at the bottom, right at the.
Oh,
right.
you're right.
Oh, that's the accent color. That's what I use through the website. That.
Oh, you
accent
got
color.
it. There's where the H3 is. So hello.
Oh.
Change that text color to white. Click on
Why? It was
Yeah.
white before. Okay.
Well,
All right.
she made it an H3, so it's in the text.
Okay. All right.
So click on that and change it to
White.
There's white. There's white.
Okay.
Save change. Before you leave this menu, I don't know if you people remembered, if your memory is that good, but look at the 3 lines of default SS that we have. I don't think the top text has all those default CSSs, but hey, we made
yes, it did.
Well, we'll take a look. We'll take a look. So should I save this first?
Yes.
We'll take a look at the top.
Well, go ahead and look at it.
Closer. All right, let's cross our fingers again. Wow. Burn.
Okay, so we didn't get the size change in though, but we can do that.
It may be wait. Maybe you got to go to 800. I don't know. We could try that.
Guys,
wait,
just a second. Just a second. Didn't we start out? Didn't we start out at the beginning? Can I speak for a minute? Didn't we start out at the beginning? The purpose being to get the text off of the dome.
Yeah.
And so I think we've accomplished that without changing the text, without reducing the size of the text, without changing the color of the text. So wouldn't it be a good idea to stop here?
Yeah, I can certainly look at this, you know,
because you know how easy it would be to change either line's color using the selectors that we just were in, and forget about the classic editor, and forget about the HTML and the CSS, and just work with what the theme provides.
Which is okay. So I could.
You agree with that, Eagle?
I agree, and you know, if this size works for her, fine. And if she wants it heavier, she can change the weight to 800 or 900.
It's really Eagle.
The back
with those settings that we were just in.
The background is a little
them, right?
The background is a little busy, you know, that's why the heavier might show up more, but I like the fact that the stir is on the same line. That's a big improvement. But can we now get the first line bigger? It has to be bigger.
You know, Fern, I think that you should, with what we've gone through now, knowing that those 2 blocks have a set of settings below each of them, that you should start and work with. And then if it doesn't work out that way, then go to someone else for help, because you're not figuring it out. The classic editor and the HTML and the CSS parts just don't compare to the use of this other thing.
Can anyone remember?
Who's got a TV in the background?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think it's Ahmed.
Fern, I think you
Ahmed, could you mute, please? Thank you.
Okay, Fern, I think you already have the necessary steps worked out for changing the font color, font size, font weight, and what you need to do is experiment and get the ones that you want. However, can I add something else? Fern, write it down for yourself so that you know how to do it later on your own.
Yeah.
Because you now need to play with this. And playing means go back to those boxes that you saw and play with the CSS changes or features or aspects. Now, I want to go back to something that I think Phil said. Phil said that you should play with the picture and the text in some design program. I don't know the design program. However, I think his idea has a lot of merit. And here's why. If you go into a Illustrator program, I don't know if it's Adobe Illustrator, I use Corel Draw. But in Corel Draw, I can take that text and I can move it any way I want. I can break it apart. I can space it out more. I can move it up and down, put it into the water, whatever. And then when I'm finished, I save the finished movements in a final picture. And then I post the picture. Did you understand my explanation?
And we don't know for sure if it'll be responsive yet. We don't know.
Oh, wait. Phil, did you want to say something before I your mic is off, Phil, so turn it back,
Yeah,
back
no,
on.
I know what she's saying, and that takes it back to what what was his name? Said at no. Who's the guy at the top? Rob? No, Robin. Robin was also saying that it might mean that she has to then do some jigging with it so that she has one that's mobile and then one that's whatever. I don't know much about that, you know. So if somebody's watching on somebody opens a page with a tablet, it automatically knows it's a tablet, so it puts up a different one. I'm not the one to say what would work there, but since I got the mic for a second,
go ahead, Phil.
Fern, I kind of liked how you lit up a little bit when you thought, red might work. Putting that will really cause a stir in a different color does add the dimension of creating a stir just by the visual look. And that was kind of neat. But I'm not saying that's the way to go. I'm not saying that at all. You have to do what works for you. But I got to say, putting it in red did cause a stir.
Phil, what do you think, Phil, of that second line consisting of start out in white, and then by the time you hit stir, it's a gradient change to red.
Yeah.
So let's say stir is getting pretty red and stirs like serious red, but that is all red.
I wouldn't know how to do that. I can't afford to pay someone to do animation.
That would also have a sort of a sense of motion to it.
Yeah, and that might be something that can be done without too much work. Sorry,
they can put animation on this on the second line too. You know, all this. You know, I'm sure they have that for this theme.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to add animation though, Fern. I think even like what Robin was saying, having gradient color, like a rainbow kind of gradually changing, like on those color wheels where it gets darker and darker and turns more bright red or whatever. You might be able to do that. You might. Animations, I think, can busy a site unnecessarily.
Yeah. Well, I just saw one today where there's an all-woman web digital marketing. Anyway, I was just going to say, if you use that red that we saw, if I put that red on the second, I'm telling you, that makes a statement that you wouldn't need anything more than that.
I agree, and you wouldn't even need to make you wouldn't even need to make that line even any heavier than it is now, because the red gives the impression of it standing out, right?
And don't forget, it picks up the colors of the CN Tower and the reflection of the CN Tower in the water, ties it all together.
But somebody made the comment that the background looked awfully busy with that text line on top of it.
Let me say something, Fern. That's something for you to experiment on. You keep trying the different colors, but you now know that you can manage the font size in some way and the colors, you can manage it. So keep it simple. I think doing other things to it, make like gradients, might make it complex. Now there's a second thing I want to remind you of. You people have been talking about tablet, mobile, desktop. There's a plugin that controls and modifies whatever you're working on. If you're working on a desktop, that plugin, and I don't remember what it's called. I'd have to go to my website to look at it. But the plugin exists, and the plugin takes control so that whatever desktop, if you're working in desktop, it will make the adjustments and modify suitably for mobile and phone. That's the other one. Okay.
Guys, this is the type size I designed in the very beginning 5 years ago. I mean, this is what I want. Can we go to the back end and see what it is, how they got that?
I don't understand.
Well, if we go, let's see what they did to get that type size on Let's Build a Brand. Let's see.
Didn't you go to HTML or something in this? Oh, no, I don't think so.
No, it's content.
Say again.
That's the regular presets editor. I have to go to content block to get that line.
Here,
remember?
Exactly. Oh, no, back up one step.
Why? It's here. It's right here.
Yes.
See, let's see what it's doing, because that's the size I want, guys.
Okay.
So here it is.
And wait, scroll down. I would like to see what weight they used. They used 800. You can see it there.
Right.
Okay.
And there's only 2 defaults.
No, there's a third one above, a text size.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
But
so you got to, you know what you have to do is you have to either take a screenshot or write it down for yourself when you're making the changes, so that you go back and make the same changes to the next.
The semantic is nothing. The semantic is H2, and you see the word paragraph at the top. And then if I highlight this line,
yes,
it doesn't really say what it is. It doesn't turn to H1. It's supposed to be an H2. But you know, someone I read someone might anyway, never mind. So can we just see if we can change it to this so that it's larger?
Change it to what?
Well, this is what it is. It's semantic H2, and it's nothing else is done here. There's no, like, remember you looked at default, it doesn't let's see the weight, 800, okay. Is that what we ended up with the other one or not? Like,
no, we did, I think 400 or I forgot.
No,
now.
I
forgot.
Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Because I need to have those credentials, so to speak. Edit page. Oh no, this is not content block. Sorry about that.
I think you should stay with the text stuff. Okay.
Okay, here it is. Let's see what we had here, why it got smaller. This is what I was afraid of. It's like something's been damaged, because it is the same. 800 H2, that's what I thought.
Okay.
And it's smaller. So something's been corrupted, sort of.
Wait a minute. I don't understand.
Well, when I view it,
okay,
it's not as big. This is not as big. This line is not as large as what I just showed you.
Excuse me, say it again. Which line? Line 1 or line 2?
Line 1. Line 1 seems much smaller than my original, my actual website that I just showed you, the current website that I just showed you.
Bern, I just flipped back and forth between your development site and your live site, and the Let's Build a Brand line looks the same size to me. The background pictures are different, but the actual words look the same.
Oh.
Yeah, I think too, Drew.
Okay. And I don't think there's any way we can lift these 2 lines up into the sky so it's not touching all those buildings. I think that I'm stuck. It's part of the theme, isn't it?
Oh, I can do that, but not on here.
You mean customize, you mean?
No, I would, let me explain what I would do, and then somebody else can come in and play with the programming. I would not play with the programming because I don't have skills with that. I would take the elements that are here, and as far as I can see, there are 2 elements here. There is the scene of the Toronto skyline, and then there's the text. And I would play with a drawing program where I would put the scene down first, and then I'd put the text on it, and I would play with it the way I want. And I can control exactly what I want in the drawing program, but I can't do it in CSS and on here, folks. I think you have to experiment and go back and forth and write down the attributes that you see in the pictures that you like.
Well, I'll tell you what, okay, so I'll make the second line red and see how maybe it'll stand out over the buildings, you know?
Another change. That's
I'll experiment. Because I'm not equipped to do I've got Illustrator. I've got InDesign on my computer. I've got it, but I would need someone who knows. Does anyone here know InDesign? Well, anyway.
No one's volunteering.
I don't want
Like I wasn't
Yeah,
going
I've
to get
used
into
it.
Sorry, guys. I was muted. I do know a fair bit about InDesign. I wouldn't say a lot, but I use it a lot more than the average person.
Well, since the photograph's already there, the photograph is already done. It's nothing to put 2 lines on it. Like, I mean, I'm familiar with InDesign. So, I mean, I could call you another time and we could talk about it.
Yeah, you know what? I was just going through my file in design. When you went to this, the font was one I don't have. It said Poppin Sans Serif or something.
Oh,
I don't
Poppins,
know.
yeah, it's a Google font.
It's a Google font. So is that a
Oh,
font that we can bring into InDesign? Because I don't have it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
then it probably wouldn't be too difficult to do.
We could try it and see just for fun and see if we get anywhere.
Bill, have you had any experience with Canva?
No.
Canva, I know. Canva I can do.
No,
Because that's
nothing
pretty
about
highly
it.
regarded for just this sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, I defer to you on that. I do have no
Yeah, no,
clue.
I mean, I've used InDesign, but primarily in the context of developing a site or an application where you had a bunch of different UIs and, you know, you could track them and annotate them and circulate them and so on. But just from a pure drawing point of view,
Yeah.
I think
Well,
Canva is like a tool dedicated to drawing, like Illustrator would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
as
not on.
compared to other tools which have the collaborative or the organizational aspects, you know, playing a high priority. Mind you, that's my experience of InDesign is in software development. So maybe as a standalone, it works great. I know that Canva is highly regarded. It starts free, and it's particularly helpful for beginners because it has like a billion templates.
I'm not on the premium, you know, and I don't know if that has the text shadow that the guy already did for me 7 years ago. The text shadow that's already been done. It'd be nice to see where it is in the editor, wouldn't it? You know, where that was done. But I think I might have seen it once, but
I don't think you're talking about anything of any great consequence from a technical point of view.
Okay.
I mean, once again, go to Google and find out where there are online services that will take a piece of text and then do something to it for you and give you back a file.
Yeah.
I mean, the internet is full of these services. Make use of them.
Okay. Well, what's your name and phone number?
Approaching 8:30, and 8:30 this meeting ends. I will be leaving at 8:30, but I will leave the meeting running if you people want to continue.
What's your phone number and your name that I can call you and about the InDesign?
Richard, let's wrap it up at 8:30. And Phil, if you want to give her your phone number or whatever, chat.
Oh, Phil, sorry. Phil's your name. I'm sorry.
Your email address is probably better.
Your email address, yeah.
A little more private.
Phil, your email address, do you have it? Or?
It's coming, I think.
Oh,
Phil, his phone number is there in the chat.
Oh, let me go.
I will not put that in the chat transcript, though.
Let's see where I'm trying to find chat.
It's at the bottom of your screen.
Wait, I think I find something. Phil White. Okay. So yeah.
And such a short email address like mine.
Yeah, Papa Romeo. PR.
People know that really short emails indicate your tenure on the web.
There you go.
When I flash my 6-letter Gmail, people go, oh, you know, like, whoa. Now there are 500 people that want to use my email address, and every day 5 or so of them subscribe to something or buy something or do something with my address.
To a close, folks. It's 8:30, and we've beaten the horse to a pulp. Thank you, everyone, for attending. I am closing this off. Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.